Okay. Didn't like my phone going the other way. So we're trying it on this direction. So hopefully people will show up. Drinking coffee. I love coffee. I got this cup for Christmas from my oldest. She used her own babysitting money to get presents this year, so I really love this cup. It's huge. It's like 14 ounces or something like that. Yeah. So, hoping somebody pops in. Hi, who? Oh, someone popped in and popped out. Just waiting for people to pop in so I can talk to them. I'm trying this live stream. Gonna delete that one. I'm just deleting the old live stream. Let's see. Delete that. So I just decided to try and pop in to see if anybody would be on and would like to chat. So, hey. Hi, Blink Button Mash. Nice to see you. I'm glad somebody popped in. Where are you from? Hi, Mountain Mama. I'm trying live stream. Can you hear me? Click below, comment that you can hear me. Okay, good. Because last time it was not working. I was blocking the microphone part or something. So, where are you guys all from? I live in Kanata, which is a suburb of Ottawa, Ontario. And Ottawa is Canada's capital. And see, North Carolina? Very cool. I've been to Myrtle Beach when I was like 9, which is South Carolina. I went with family. Hi, Four Heart Ranch. I've been watching a whole bunch of your videos to help your watch time. I've gone through like, I think almost all. Like, I think you have like 300 in your playlist. I just had it going all night. That's kind of what I've been doing because I'm fairly small YouTuber. I had got monetized back last year, like May or so, for a short time, and then the 10,000 subscription views came into effect, and I got demonetized, so I made like about $2. And then I got remonetized just in November because I had my 10,000 views. And now the whole new rules with the 1,000 subs and 4,000 hours. I'm not quite there yet, but I figure my goal is to help small YouTubers to help get to their goal of view time or subs too. And hopefully they'll return the favor. So, and I've increased my subs too. That's awesome. Hi, Anna Ted Z14. Good morning. Yes, when I got demonetized and I got remonetized, the still $2 were still in my AdSense account. So that's how I think it's going to happen. So whatever money I've made, so I've made about enough, just over 2 Starbucks coffees, maybe 3 now. Not when I get demonetized and I get the subscription base and I get the 4,000 hours, it will still be in my AdSense account because there's 2 different rules. So one is the YouTube rules and then the AdSense rules. So the new YouTube rules is before they'll remonetize you. The AdSense rules, your account will, I think, still have the money in there. So all us YouTubers that have had the 10,000 views and only have a few dollars and under $100, you won't get a check until you've had at least $100. But if you get demonetized and then remonetized again, say a month, 2 later, because it seems to put a fire under everybody's belly. And I think my thing was I took a lot of time off in December. Like I kept on making videos, but not. You're still 153 subs. So everybody keep look at the list here. Sub up and down. Feel free also to sub to me, and feel free to watch videos. Yeah, hey, you're better at Antonio. You've got more in your account than me, because right now I think I have like $15. So that's what, 3 Starbucks coffees. Maybe with the conversion rate from American to Canadian, maybe 4 Starbucks coffees. But I'm not in doing YouTube to make money. If I make money, great. It's going to go into an account that is going to be going towards purchasing a quarter of a cow for my freezer. I'm being practical, because I'm not in it to make money. I'm here to make friends, to support community. I really enjoy watching other people's YouTube videos, and that Mountain Mama, just keep on going to. What I found is going to the live streams of people you watch and subbing to them. They'll sub back to you, so it increases your subs a bit. So that's what I've kind of been doing. I've been actually, since we got the email, actually just before the email, I was starting to reproduce back at the beginning of January, once the kids got back to school. I was editing a whole bunch of videos that I had taken in December and January and started producing them and uploading them. The major thing is to try and upload every day, if not every second day. And that's my goal, to at least upload like 3 to 5 videos a week around the same time. For my audience, I upload like 6 to 7 o'clock in the morning. I try, so I'll finish editing it the night before and have it scheduled for the next day. As most people watch my videos somewhere between 7 and 10 in the morning, so as everybody's going off to school and stuff for work. So just showing the love up and down. Please click away. Feel free to sub to me. I'll get notification that you sub. I'll sub back. I love supporting the small YouTubers and stuff like that. Well, doing one a week is good too. What you could try to do, what I found is that some of the small YouTube channels that started doing some live streams have really increased their subscriber base. And once you have the subscribers, that means all those subscribers will get notified. Also, make sure you ring the bells, that videos will come up and people will watch videos. They might not watch them the whole length, but make sure you have a variety of videos, of small videos, like under 10 minutes, under 5 minutes or so, and bigger videos. Personally, I chit-chat, I get distracted, so, and I do a lot of like cooking videos, and I haven't quite mastered the whole editing parts. I can glue my videos together in my, I use Cyberlink Power Director, and I just learned how to kind of blend them so it doesn't go click click. You know, I'm not the fastest learner. Hi Billy, Joe, Big Daddy Lego. I think I subbed you yesterday on a live stream. Wow, I wasn't expecting actually like more than 3 people to show up. My billions I've already said. Awesome. And I find that when you sub and you either true. Yeah, so a couple of people I watch, they tend to actually be really good. Maybe they do multiple takes of when they're videotaping. It's like a one-time clip, so they don't need to edit, or at least that's what it looks like. um, but I haven't quite mastered that because I tend to have to pause or stop, or I need 2 hands. I do have like a little tiny tripod thing, and then my daughter wanted one for Christmas, and we got her one. Oh, I'm going to drink coffee. Oh, see this mug? My oldest daughter, got for me for Christmas with her own babysitting money. She went and bought Christmas gifts with her money this year. Yeah, feel free when this live stream goes up. Also put comments below if you want me to check out any of your specific videos. I'll definitely do it. I'm Canadian, right? Yeah, we're honest people here. Thanks. Yeah, I love this mug. It's like, it holds, like, it's bigger than my hands. My hands are small and chubby, but yeah. And or message me on YouTube. I'll definitely, I like to share the love, because back in December I stopped doing some videos, well, uploading on a regular basis because a family got sick, Christmas time, everybody got busy. Then we had 2 weeks off, the kids were off, and my husband actually took the time off too, so we spent a whole bunch of family time. And then it was minus 41 degrees Celsius here for like the whole Christmas vacation, so we didn't even go out hardly anywhere. And we had plans to do a couple of things, and we said we kiboshed it. So, like, we did go and see the Star Wars movie, but normally we'd take the bus from here. Like, it's not very far. It's like, 10-minute bus ride. But instead we Ubered it because it was too darn cold to stand outside for 20 minutes for the bus in case we missed it. And we were like, yeah, we're not going to do that. So that's all we did over the holidays was we went to my in-laws for Christmas dinner. We went to my sister-in-law for Christmas Eve, a Quebecois Christmas Eve dinner. And then we didn't do anything else. I went shopping on Christmas Eve by myself on bus and walking because I was going to have a ride, but then where my ride lived was all like sheer ice, so we just did it our own. I just went to the bus and went to the stores and picked up Chinese dumplings and appetizers, and that's what we had. I did a grocery haul of it, and you could see how cold it was and how I was bundled up. Film. Exactly. And I like the realness of the videos. Like, I do like some of the polished ones, but I find some of the polished ones, you're not having as much, like, realness for it. Like, I do like watching some cleaning videos and stuff, but I like watching the cleaning videos where the house is actually messy versus, and they're cleaning and, tidying up, versus the ones that their house looks like, oh, the kids dumped out a bin of toys. That's not really cleaning, Because I'm like, that's not real, at least not my in my life. So, but I do want everybody to keep on sharing love. True life ever. Okay, yeah. You do canning? I do canning too. I have a canning list, and I got a pressure canner last year. I bought it for myself. um, and I got an all-American pressure canner, a 921, and I use it on a glass top stove, which technically you're not supposed to. But I looked at my stove manual online because we got ours used from a friend, and I've loved it. Like my favorite thing to can it, actually broth and chicken and beef meatballs already pre-cooked, like browned and put in there. Oh my goodness. Food Forest Permaculture. Hi! I am so glad that people actually showed up. I do too. Awesome. Yeah, and sometimes it's scary. Because I'm like, especially when I do like, I think about 8 quarts fit into my All-American, because it's also heavy to begin with. And when I go to do canning, it's an all-day thing, because I'll do like 2 batches. But I have to make sure I do it early on in the day, otherwise it interferes with me cooking supper. But now that I have an Instant Pot, I got that for Christmas. Oh my god, that's like the best thing since sliced bread. I've been using it like every second day, if not every day. An air freshener yesterday. You made an air freshener? That's cool. I just did a homemaker tag video that I uploaded today, and one of the questions is like, what does your house smell like? I'm like, usually supper or food or meat, whatever I'm cooking. I'm bigger than my first. I got a 20 quart. Who knows, might not be the best for my stove. Yeah, see the thing with the glass top stove, it's the heaviness of the pot that is the problem. So that's why I stuck with the 921, because it can do 1 layer of quarts or 2 layers of pints, or for Canadians like me, 1 layer of liters and 2 layers of half liters. But I still call them quarts and pints for canning, but I know I'm using Canadian jars, most of them, which are like 500 mils in 1 liter, which is close to your quarts and pints. But, and the same processing time. Like I've looked on the Canadian canning websites, and it's exactly the same. I absolutely love canning. So, my favorite things is making broth, like literally from stuff that I was going to throw away, like bones and kitchen scraps, making a big huge pot of broth. I have a 14 liter or 14 quart big pot that I make broth in, and then I'll usually plan to make a soup with some of it, and then the rest I will put into mason jars and can and put on my shelf. Then I never have to buy those Campbell soup broths. I don't put salt in my broth when I'm cooking it, so I'll just add it, or I'll add like a tablespoon of like chicken bouillon or whatever. Awesome, you're in Vancouver, a fellow Canadian, yay, in the house. Go Canada. BC is beautiful. I went there once. Like I was, before my life as a mom, I was a physical care attendant for adults with physical disabilities, and worked in an independent living apartment building. So they each had, like, it was a regular apartment building, but 14 apartments had people with disabilities. And then one of those apartments was our office, and they used to book us for calls for helping with meals or showers, or like one lady, all we ever did for her was help take lasagna pans out because they was too heavy and she didn't have the balance, and change light bulbs. That was a really easy call. But one of the clients I became friends with, and he was going for a trip out to BC, and he had CP and he drove, and we flew to, I think, Calgary, and then drove through the mountains. So a guy with CP, he only really has one really good arm to drive with, but he has his license, and and that he just had mobility issues of keeping balance. And driving through the mountains in BC was a tiny bit scary, but less scary than driving with my dad, who, was a crazy driver. So, and he had no reason to be a crazy driver. But oh, sorry, you're feeling under the weather. Take some Buckley's or make a hot toddy. So hot toddy is hot tea, honey, lemon, and either whiskey or rum or whatever alcohol you got. It kind of kills the bacteria in your throat and helps you sleep. But yeah, everybody, with all the comments, click up and down, share the love, and feel free to also subscribe to me and comment. And if you need the views, comment under this live stream, and I'll put you on a playlist of start to watching people. As a lot of people are they have the 1,000 subs, or maybe even 2,000 subs, but they don't have the view time. And so I'd like to support either with subbing or views, and I can set up 3 or 4 tabs on my laptop, as you can see. I'll show it around. I can see at the top there, I already have 4 YouTubes going on, playing in the background. And then some, I'll comment on some while I'm doing it, so. So where's everybody else from? Any other fellow Canadians on here? It's so neat to see other Canadians, because I find on YouTube there's not a lot of us. I think it's because population wise there's way more Americans, just population by numbers, that there's a lot more. So I do like watching a lot of them. Welcome again. First time here. Awesome. Hi, Browncoat Homestead. You have a lot of, we own 300 acres. Oh, Algonquin Highlands. That's beautiful country. Hi, Simple Joys. Oh my goodness, Kay. I have been watching your live streams for the past 48 hours, literally. Been playing in the background, helping you with views. So hopefully in 48 hours you'll see a huge jump in your analytics there, because I know that you were needing some watch time. Where I live in Ottawa, so Kanata is the west end of Ottawa. So feel free, subway, watch some videos, do a shout out, whatever. I don't know, because I'm probably not going to get my 1,000 subs in 4,000 hours by the February 20th deadline. That's fine with me, because I'm not in it for the money. And I've been demonetized before when they changed the rules to the 10,000 views. But the money's still in that AdSense account, so I've never actually gotten a check. So I think I still have now probably about $15 or $16 in there. I could probably even check here. It's there, you see my analytics. Oh yeah, I love TubeBuddy. I haven't figured it all out yet. Working, so I can't stay. Oh, hi, South Arc Homestead. How are you doing on the views? I've been watching you, a whole bunch of your playlists too. I think I've done them all now. At least once. I just don't always comment on them because I have them going on in the background. As I was showing, my laptop has 4 or 5 YouTubes going on at the same time. Hi, Phoebe's World. Nice to see. And I wasn't expecting lots of people. If you call into the Tuesday Trivia live stream, Jen, I'll be sure to let people know to subscribe to you. What time is your thing on Tuesdays? Tuesday morning, I volunteer for our food cupboard. I handle the phone lines to get people's appointments. And then Tuesday evening, I have to bring my daughter downtown to choir practice, but I get to sit at the local coffee shop for 2.5 hours while she has practice because there's no point in taking the bus home because it takes an hour to get home, an hour to get back. So I just have me time for a couple of hours with coffee. 7:30. Awesome. That's perfect timing. I will definitely check you out tomorrow at 7:30. Because her choir practice, if you like listening to choral music, my youngest, I have a playlist of Abby's music or Abby's singing, or the Ottawa Regional Youth Choir. She's like the youngest member. She got accepted last year and she was just 14, while they only take kids 15 to 25. She sings soprano 1. So very proud of her singing. It's not necessarily music you always listen to, but it's quite beautiful. So I've taken videos of her performances, but I mean the video quality is not necessarily great, but the audio is pretty good. So and that's kind of what those are. So if you like choral music, check it out. She did the Durfle's Requiem. It was like an hour and a half. So something that you literally listen to and pause and come back to. That's what I do. With a lot, I like watching a lot of my YouTubers, like their longer videos, but I tend to pause them while I do other stuff. You know, like if I have 10 minutes, I'll watch 10 minutes of it, pause, go do something, come back. Then that way, you know, I like that. The small videos, the short videos, I don't mind as well either. But I find the longer ones tend to be at least more knowledgeable. I like to see the ones where they're teaching you to cook something or to can something or how to make soap. As those are things I'm interested in. Let me drink some coffee here. Yes, and my youngest daughter, this is the first time, like she got accepted into the choir without any formal training. So she's gone to like music camp at W. Ross McDonald, which is the blind school in Brampton, because she's also blind. And they've just done. She does it all by ear. So, and it completely amazes me when she is properly engaged and when she's really interested in it. She can do amazing things if she's not interested in things. Aw, thanks. I'm glad that you like my channel. It's very eclectic. My channel is kind of like some cooking, some canning, some vlogs, my daughter's music, some cleaning or organizing, because kind of I figure I'll take you through my journey because I need to get more organized and stuff. And that I'll bring you along because I'm learning some things myself. And also I have some gardening. Well, right now not so much because it's January and we have snow and it's minus 7 degrees Celsius, which is, hey Google, okay Google, of course it's not going to listen to me now. Hey Google, arg. Hey Google. Oh, fine. I'm not going to ask. It's not listening to me right now. But exactly. Cute emoticons of little puppies there. So does anybody have any questions for me? Is this video going to be showing up and down, or is it going to be going landscape on your thing? Because I had to put my phone up and down, so there might be bars of blackness on either side, but I can't tell on my phone. I have to do some stitching for my Etsy shop, but I will listen to you. Your voice is so thin. Really? My voice is soothing? Cool. I've never quite heard that before. Showing up and down on me too. Yeah. Oh, awesome. I'm so glad. Because that's what I was worried about. I'm like, I'm not very skilled with this stuff and gardening. Me too. So I'm going to be having, if you like baking, check out my 24 days of Christmas baking. I haven't uploaded all those ones because we all got sick, and I did some videos of them, and I still have to edit them on my computer. So I have, I think, 9 days of it. I think I have like 1 to 8, and then I have 24. So there's some coconut macaroons and Rocky Road, which I don't know if I put that one up yet, but that one will be next. Mountain Mama is your twin, Jenn. Yes. Yes. Well, as I said, I found through YouTube that I've made a lot of friends that I've connected with that I wish that they all lived closer, because we're kind of like have similar interests, and it'd be so cool to just like hang out. Because I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I've been a stay-at-home mom since my youngest was born. The plan was for me to go back to work, but I didn't go back to work because she was born legally blind, and now she's completely blind. But at the time, with all the different therapies and doctor's appointments to Toronto, the children's hospital, like where we live in Ottawa, we have a children's hospital, but all eye stuff, major eye stuff, happens in Toronto. So that's like 5-hour drive away, and we don't drive. So we had to take the train or the plane. So with all those things happening, I didn't feel it was right for her to go to daycare and have all the therapies and that coming to daycare. So I decided to stay home, and we just figured out our finances and the cost of daycare. At the time, I was making $13.61 as a physical care attendant working overnights, and doing that, I was paying at that time $40 for my oldest in daycare. Okay, yes. FYI, my husband, who's also legally blind, he does adaptive computer technologies for the government, and he's really knows all of his stuff about adaptive technologies for various disabilities, as well, especially blindness. So feel free. You can try and Google him. He has online presence of Jeffree Stark. He does a lot of computer technology, and that's his forte. So our household is definitely full of lots of things that talk and are accessible. So you and I thought we were so well, I've been finding lately that YouTube, I was subbing while I was in a live stream, and I went back to him. But that I wasn't subbed with them. They unsubbed me. Yeah, because there's another YouTuber on here, My Blind Mama. She's blind, so I kept on getting her mixed up with Mountain Mama because they were kind of my blind mountain mama or something. Call me D. My Blind Mama is Messy Kitchen. I think that's what you mean. Yes, exactly. I love her channel, and I want to really connect with her because I'm like, hey, I have a lot of. Hey, and we're talking about you. Hi. I was just gonna say I wanted to connect with you because I was sharing how we have some things in common. I'm not blind, but I'm Mama. My husband's blind. My daughter's blind. My in-laws are blind. But that hasn't really stopped them. So, yes, somebody had their ears burning. We were speaking wonderful things. So I was like, I wanted to touch base with you, my blind mama's messy kitchen, of how you learned cooking and stuff like that. My mother-in-law, she's blind, she knows how to cook, but she was trained at the blind school way back in the day, because she's like 60, I think she just turned 65, so this was like many moons ago. But she doesn't really have the patience to work with my daughter, as my daughter can be a handful, not because she's blind, just because she's my daughter. She's got a mind of her own, like any teenage girl, which will work great for her when she is an adult and living on her own. as well, slow. She's learned for. Very cool. So my in-laws, okay, my in-laws have been, like, my mother-in-law has been blind, legally blind since birth. She was born with glaucoma, and she went to a blind school in Quebec. And my father-in-law had some eye problems, and has been blind since he was a couple years old. Like, he had cataracts and stuff like that. Yeah, it was a Tuesday morning here. Time for. Oh, good night, Simple Joys. Feel free to play some of my playlists while I'm playing yours. Bye from Australia. I feel loved. I'm like, I've got Americans and Canadians and Australians. That is awesome. I was expecting some of it just to be me. But my in-laws, they're now retired, but they go down to Dominican Republic every year except for this year, and for a couple of weeks, and they go to Florida for a couple of weeks, and they do it all by themselves with their guide dogs. So they're more of a beach bum, that they like to just go there and listen to audiobooks. Oh, and if you like audiobooks, message me. We do a lot of audiobooks. Even me, like, I don't have time to sit down and read paperback books anymore. I have a whole bunch of audiobooks on my phone. Have a good one. Hi, Noah Shark. I think that's how it's said. Noah Sark, 1962. Hi. Where are you from? I get some coffee. So, Michigan. Cool. I've never been to Michigan. Yes, speaking of audiobooks, favorite. Oh, Detroit. I've heard that Detroit has, like, high crime rates. I think Detroit and Chicago have high crime rates. Here in Canada, like where I live in Ottawa, we don't have a lot of, well, high crime rates. I think last year, in, like, Ottawa's the nation capital, I think we've had maybe 100 murders in a whole year, which isn't necessary to brag about, but it's even though it's a big city, it's a kind of a small big city. We don't have as much people compared to Detroit either. Like, we have like 1/5 of what's in Toronto too. So such a fun there. My husband and I are going to spend grocery shopping. I love grocery shopping. My husband hates grocery shopping, especially grocery shopping with me. When I do grocery shopping, as you can see with my grocery hauls, I go to like 4 or 5 different stores. I start about 11:30 in the morning, and I get done about 4:30, 5 o'clock. Never had anything happen down. Yes, I was gonna say, like, up here in Canada, we only hear, like, the negative news in the States. So whenever there's, like, mass murders or huge crime rates and stuff like that, that's what comes up here. Why you refuse to go to the store? For Heart Ranch. I love grocery shopping. Actually, if I could get paid to do other people's grocery shopping, other than delivering it because I don't drive, that would be kind of difficult. I would love to do that. I'd love to do just like I don't know. I don't like other shopping, like clothing shopping and stuff like that, but I like shopping for food. To get called for jury duty, you can't carry. Oh, you mean your gun, your. See, that's the thing. I don't really understand with Americans. Um, be a great job if you knew exactly, or if there was some sort of program to shop for seniors or something like that. Like I could go and shop and I'd price match. I'd probably get them the best deals. Because here where I live, we can still price match at Walmart and Superstore, which is a Loblaws store, and Freshco. Also, like I've price matched all of our appliances at an appliance store called Corbeil. Um, I've looked online. I just showed them the ads on my phone, like Home Depot's or Lowe's ads, and they price matched it and got like free delivery with $1 recycling fee where they take the old ones away. Loves to cook though, so that's probably why. Yeah. See, my husband, um, he would cook more if my kitchen was more organized for him to know where things were. Um, like for example, we just got a new microwave because our old like died, like literally was sparking and not good. But the microwaves that were available, there's hardly anything that has buttons anymore. It's all these touch screens. So we got one that did have some buttons. A Panasonic um, has a reheat thermal button or whatever, and also has a knob. I still have to put like these little bumpity things on spots for like the plus minute button so then he can figure out how to use the microwave because he can't see the stuff. Let's see all the homeless. Me too. When I go downtown, so like every Tuesday, my daughter plays, has rehearsal, choir rehearsal at a church, and that church has like a soup kitchen on the other end. That like we get down there early enough. They serve soup kitchen like I think from 5 till 6, and her choir doesn't start till 6:30. But there's lots of homeless people or extremely poor. I always throw granola bars in my bag and I'll hand them out to the ones that are begging and stuff like that. Because I used to make muffins and bring them downtown. But some of the homeless people kind of like turn their noses up at it. I mean, they might. I understand that they might have some people out there that can do like bad things and put crap in things in homemade stuff. So they're probably leery about that because society as a whole have not been good to them. But I always throw granola bars because I get them usually cheap. I price match them, so I'm usually not paying more than $1.66, maybe $2 max for a box of 5 or 6 bars, depending on the brand. So that way, because I never have change. Honestly, I do everything by debit. So no, well, exactly. Well, exactly. They want money to support their habits, whatever their habits are, of drugs, alcohol, and stuff like that. Um, but that's why I give them food. And usually, if I give them granola bars or something pre-packaged, they will accept it with that and be gracious and stuff like that. If they are really hungry, a couple times I've offered to buy them a burger at Burger King. One time we were at the bus stop downtown by the Burger King, and somebody asked for money, and I literally had no money, like literally maybe 2 quarters to my name in my purse, because I do everything by debit, right? And because they wanted money for food, they said. Well, I offered literally to bring them into the Burger King, which was right there, and buy them a burger, and they refused. I'm like, I'll buy you something off the menu, whatever you want, like, and they refused. So I'm like, okay, I guess they didn't really want money for food. So that's why I usually carry granola bars with me to pass them out. I mean, I never have cash. I mean, this is the crazy thing with school now. my kids' schools, they first, like, they wanted cash or check or whatever, and now they don't even want cash or check. They want you to go online and do things for their field trips, but you can't do it the day before. You have to do it like a couple of days before, because they stop the online cash thingy the day before, and then you have to send them in with actual cash on the day of. Um, it's just crazy, but it is what it is. And then their online cash line system is not always working, or at least not working for me. Yeah, my dad used to do stuff like that. My dad was a drug and alcohol counselor and used to work for like the Mission downtown. And at one point, he had set up with a non-profit like group home, and had a couple of people that he met through like AAA or NA or whatever like that, to his home, but set up and had a bunch of policy procedures. But he ended up getting burnt out doing that, and and it was just not a great fit. Like, you know, and a lot of his times his stuff at home, because if they are on stuff, they coming down, they can hurt, like break things and stuff. But English for my granddaughter. Ooh, cool. Going to England, and then granddaughter's birth. Wow. Okay, you don't, Phoebe, you don't look old enough to be a grandmother. Like, you look like you're maybe 40. Like, you must have had everybody young. I'm always shocked with some of these YouTubers. They say they're grandmothers and how old they're. I'm like, I have hair and eyebrows. Phoebe, did you by any chance have cancer? Because I just noticed your headscarf thing. Well, you look good for 56. My mom had cancer, but she passed when she was 48. She had bone and breast cancer. So, and that was 22 years ago. When treatments weren't that great. Well, I'm glad you kicked its butt. Awesome. Kick cancer's ass. Oh, butt. Because that's awesome. And one thing my mom did find out, like, that her hair, when it came back thicker and curlier and softer. So, hi Marie. Long time no see. I think I saw you yesterday on a live stream. Let's go see. I'm in Eastern Standard Times. So here it is 10:55 a.m. I don't know if that question was for me or for anybody else. I'm just so glad people are on here. Please click like. You have trolls following you. Really? How's that? Like, see, I've never seen trolls on my account. I'm too small to have trolls, I think. I don't even know how to put people as a mod on here. I should probably research that. Because I've seen people have little wrenches in live streams. I don't know how to do that. Yeah, my channel is, I think, too small to have trolls. Yeah. Are you gonna whack the kitty? No. If they want a thumbs up, hey. I'll see you all later. You know. Nice seeing you, fellow Canadian. I'll be watching some of your channel this morning, as I usually am trying to support. Please sub up and down. Help all the small YouTubers, and feel free to like watch at least one of their videos to give them help with some views. Yeah, even if they're, over 1,000. Sometimes these smaller YouTubers that just hit 1,000, they don't have the views times, and I'm probably not gonna have that by February 20th. But that's okay. I'm just gonna keep on working and try and do better. I'm learning more things with my editing program. I learned yesterday how to, well, hopefully my video that I'm putting up later on today will not have clicks in my different clips, because it was hearing clips. Love your channel. Okay. Bye, Marie. I'm running your page now. Goats are living. So, well, February 20th, that's the deadline for the views and all that for YouTube. Yes. So, the new rules, which YouTube is fine to make because they're YouTube, is you have to have 1,000 subscribers, and those subscribers have to not have their subscribe list hidden, and have 4,000 hours of views. Okay, which is 240,000 minutes per 365 days. So, the thing is, before I started, before the email, I was just getting back at producing the videos that I had taken. I just hadn't had time because we all got sick. We had stomach flu. It was cold. I spent time with my family. Yay. We all have lives, right? And I was just producing a video or two a week. And I had made a point that once my kids went back to school, I think it was January 7th or 9th, that I would try to make an effort to put a video every 2 days. Kind of aim for 3 to 5 a week. Okay, that was weird. It just blanked out there. Got interrupted for some reason. Hopefully I didn't lose anybody. So, then I think the biggest thing is to find groups that you're in, that you can that you can share your videos in. For example, if you do a bunch of budgeting videos, find the groups that do like the Dave Ramsey budgeting or other things that and look at their rules and share the post, but also participate in these groups too. That I completely agree with the participation in the groups. I'm on the small YouTubers group. I've been participating in it for a year. I try and support all the other members and watch their videos or sub them, and answer questions that I can, or I ask questions and they answer. But you find a group that you can share your videos, and you'll get more new subscribers. And that's kind of how it is. So just keep on, all the YouTubers out here that are small YouTubers, and if you are monetized currently, don't worry. You will get remonetized again. The amount of money that you've made right now is still going to be in your AdSense account until you get remonetized. Because that happened to me. I got monetized back May, June last year, and I made $2. And then the new rules came out of 10,000 views. Then I just got remonetized in November, but then December hit. The amount of videos I made in December, I think, was maybe 10 or 12, maybe. So I didn't have a lot of views. So once January hit, I started making more videos. And by doing that, just putting the effort into putting more videos out there and trying to improve my videos that I'm making, I'm trying to learn more of the editing program that I use. It is making more people at least watch a few minutes of the videos, if not the whole thing. Personally, I like watching the longer videos. I might pause them in between, if I'm doing something else, but I kind of watch it because we don't do TV. We don't have cable here. We have Netflix, and we have download shows, and we have YouTube. And we've had that for 15 years, I haven't had cable. But doing that, and commenting on other people's videos, people on those channels. They're not commenting of, hey, sub me back, because that's kind of like weird. But if you're commenting like you've watched the videos, you'll other people that are watching her, like say their videos, will go, oh, look, she has some videos too, or she's commenting and being active on this person's channel. I'll go check her out, see what type of content she has, or he, and that's what I just like to do. You just hit 1,000 subs today, Blind Mama. Awesome. Several hours away from having the views. Exactly. It's such a milestone just to reach 1,000. I mean, I think I'm at 400. But literally, I was only at 200, like, beginning of January. So, that being said, it's great, This is called, but I've also stepped up my game. I've made an effort to try and find the live streams and chat with people, build a community, and make short vids leaves me out. Well, I like the short videos too, depending on if it's a small topic, right? Like I watch a channel called Sensible Living with Money Mom, and almost all of her videos are like 5 minutes, but they tackle like one topic, and it's usually on like finances and budgeting or whatever, but they're like 5 minutes. A few of them are longer, but I like watching those too, but I like the longer ones because I'm usually watching for cooking and canning and stuff like that, and you can't really do a whole video in 5 minutes. Like if you look at my Cooking with Jenn In Kanata playlist, there's recipes I do there. Well, you have to have a little bit, because you need to have some short, which is great, but you should have some that are a bit longer so you can get like proper community involvement, so they can get to know you as a YouTuber, because otherwise your videos might not have enough of your personality in them. That's my opinion, but 3 tops favorite channels are, I love Deep South. I love them all. Brown Coat, those are 3 that I'm always keep on watching. Deep South Homestead, Dirt Patch Heaven, and Wholesome Roots. I love Wholesome Roots. I so want to live next door to Rose and have, goat's milk and go pet the goats, because I love goats. And I don't have goats. And have chickens. Oh, and ducks. I'm not too fond of ducks. Ducks tend to chase me when we've gone to like the zoo and stuff like that. But chicken. You taught your granddaughter to can. Awesome. My girls love making jam with me. Exactly. But yeah, but see, look at for example, Wholesome Roots. A lot of hers are vlogs, and then some of them are shorter teach kind of videos, but a lot of them are like getting to know her, and it just makes you want to watch more of her and see how her family is and stuff like that. I gotta get busy, have fun. Okay, bye, Mountain Mama. I hope to see you again, and maybe on somebody else's live stream too, and anybody, make sure everybody subs to everybody. Now she's doing a Friday live stream, which is a lot of fun. Yes, I managed to catch part of it on Friday, which was awesome. I never seem to catch them when other people do live streams, because it doesn't come up sometimes, or I'm just not on the computer to notice. So, or a lot of people do it at like supper time. Well, we eat supper late here. We eat supper about 6:37, so a lot of people do them at that time. And supper takes a while at my house. Okay, Jen, goats are calling me. Time to clean the pads. Well, thanks very much for watching, and definitely supporting. Everybody sub for Hearts Ranch. She needs the subs and the view times. And yeah, I think if everybody kind of just like helped each other out in some of these things, one thing you have to think of too when you are helping with the view times and stuff now, is that like in 365 days from now too, those views will go away from the 4,000 hours, but hopefully in that time that those channels have had more subscribers and more view times on newer videos. And as if we as small YouTubers just keep on trying to improve our quality of stuff putting out, then we should have um, more YouTube subscriber retention, better videos, more people sharing your videos saying, hey, look, this is how you make butter, or whatever, and that kind of thing. So yeah, when this live stream is done, check back on it. Feel free to comment below if you need sub time, or message me, because I don't think these comments will stay on here, but I will definitely, anybody who comments below and needs watch time, I will definitely run one of your playlists and watch like a couple hours of your videos. So get you 2 of the 4,000 hours, but because that's kind of just like what I like to do, is try and help the small YouTubers and that. So many channels helping each other out right now. It's nice. Rick has helped. Yes. I found his channel, Pickerick One, a couple weeks ago, I think now, and I've popped in a few of his live streams, and he's been very helpful and very knowledgeable. And I like that he does shout out that thing that's behind him in his videos in his office or whatever. Did you make that, or did somebody make that? Because I was like, oh, what's this behind Mom? And then you popped on, and I was like, oh wow. Oh, what's this message? Was that? Okay, that's something else. Yeah, I think we should all help each other out. I'm just moving. My leg is falling asleep. Actually, just move a little bit. Putting my back massaging thing on my back. There. May as well massage my back while I'm at it. I'm gonna have a bite of my bagel. I made these are everything bagels with smoked salmon, cream cheese. My breakfast. Awesome, my blind mama. Yeah, feel free. Maybe we could do like a collab on things, like things, because I find that sometimes some people say, oh, poor, you have a blind child or whatever. I'm like, there's nothing huge about that. Like, it just stops her from driving a car or flying a plane. Because right now she's in high school. She's doing the academic stream. She's doing fine. Like, there's just a lot of hurdles that she has to get through, and a lot of just obstacles that are not necessarily, like, it just has to do something different. My husband does a lot of technology. That's his job, accessible technology and adaptable technology stuff. So we have technology that can help with those type of things, but it's a lot big learning curve. Like, for school, she uses the Braille Note Touch that she got through the school board, which is amazing, by the way, but it's like crazy expensive. So we've been lucky that she's been able to have it come home like during the summer. Exactly. Like, this is the thing, is like, there's a study that shows that if you had the opportunity to choose a disability of which one you'd have, nobody, like 90% of people chose blindness as being the worst possible one. And okay, from my family's example, both my in-laws blind. They both have university degrees, and they're 65 and 70. Okay, so they have university degrees from the 70s, okay, where they had to fight to get into university, and they paid their own way. They worked for the government, they worked for other organizations, like they did work for CNIB, which is Canadian National Institute for the Blind, which in Canada, which it's my little rant, is the only disability that is covered by a charity. If you are in a wheelchair, if you're deaf or whatever, there's government organizations. CNIB is a charity, which does get some government funding, but they have to use a lot of their money for advertisements to get donations, and the only way you get donations is kind of to promote that they need, blind people need help. And honestly, that is such a huge thing to overcome, of people pitying people because they're blind, which they really shouldn't, okay? Like my in-laws, they go to the Dominican Republic by themselves with their guide dogs for 2 weeks the past 4 years, okay? They go to Florida, they rent an apartment by the beach, like literally on the beach, and they do everything themselves. Well, exactly. Like for example, things that will help them out. There is technology that's out there. Most things that are made for for everyday users, if in the programming aspect of it, if they just followed the the rules of how to make things accessible for people who are blind, then it would be accessible to them. So they wouldn't have to spend thousands of dollars for stuff specifically made for blind people. Yeah, so audiobooks, for example, audiobooks are out there, they're just all of a sudden becoming popular. Well, so like my family loves graphic audio. If you like sci-fi or fantasy books, check out graphic audio. They're movie for the mind. So that how they do their audiobooks is like the old style radio plays. So there's different actors, there's sound effects, there's the sound of the walking, and then they're on a spaceship, the doors opening and all the bells and dinghies going off. It's really cool. It's like you close your eyes and you kind of like see a movie, and you're very cool. Exactly. So now they do only do right now, I think, mostly sci-fi fantasy books. So if you're interested, but check out graphic audio. Go to their link. You can listen to some parts of books for free. Also Audible, of course. You could buy audiobooks that are actually read by paid actors. And that's the problem, is that the audiobooks that you can get through CNIB or National Institute for the Blind or whatever are read by volunteers. And sometimes the volunteers' voices are boring or monotone that literally put you to sleep, and you're like, oh. But if you know anybody who needs free audiobooks, a lot of the classics are read by volunteers, so some of them are great. Some of them, the Gutenberg Project, if you Google that, you will find things like Anne of Green Gables, like the classics. The Christmas Carol, the Time Machine one, all those classics, Jane Eyre, all those like major classics read by volunteers because they've done the 50-year copyright thing. So, and some like the Anne of Green Gables series that's read by them is actually pretty good, and it's free. Also, like I like listening to audiobooks, and I'm not blind, but my husband downloads and purchases audiobooks too, all the time. But he listens to them much longer because he takes a bus to work that's about 45 minutes to an hour each way. So he listens to 2 hours of audiobooks or podcasts or whatever. But yeah, definitely check out graphic audio and the audiobooks and Gutenberg projects for some of the classics for free. Those ones are free. And there's also, if you have small kids, Audible has like kids books. Hi, Yankee living. Everybody's doing great. I'm glad somebody else popped in. Yay. Audible has like kids books for like 99 cents. So, like, you can get the audible version of, like, say, Green Eggs and Ham, while the kid has like the paperback version. So you could press play on it and it could read it, like kind of like the old style, like the record and the book, but it doesn't have the ding to flip the page. But I did that when my kids were small, and they really enjoyed it. It's kind of multimodal reading and stuff. But we love audiobooks here. Um, we still have lots of paperback books too, but I don't really read them as much. Like even my oldest, she's not blind and that, and loves audiobooks too. So, and she likes them on her computer, like even the ebooks, because she can even have it read while she's reading as well. If there's a word that, say, she doesn't understand, or vocabulary is just off or unsure of how to say it, you know. But I'm drinking coffee. What are you guys doing? Do you guys like coffee? I love coffee. I make a pot, and this cup, I tend to reheat it at least once. I drink I only drink 2 cups of coffee, maybe 3 cups of coffee. That holds like a whole half a pot. Yeah, a couple cups a day. I drink tea too, but I drink herbal tea when I'm sick. I'll drink tea sometimes with like milk and sugar sometimes if I feel in the mood for it, or if I want to be nostalgic. If I'm, say, my nana, my grandma used to like having tea. So whenever we go, so if I want to feel nostalgic, I'll go and make myself tea. So I can kind of like think of her and tea, because she would always have tea and candies and little cookies and stuff like that. But I like my coffee. And I like chocolate. As I joke around with, I used to do a lot of volunteering at my kids' schools, but now they're in high school. They don't necessarily need volunteers where they are. They just need our money. But I rather volunteer because we don't always have a lot of disposable income. So I do have a lot of disposable time. So I tend to do my volunteering in those type of things. But when they were at school, in the elementary school, I used to joke around that, pretty much any type of activity that needed volunteers, I'm like, hey, if you have coffee and or chocolates, I could do a lot of volunteering hours for coffee and chocolates. Or lunch, feed me lunch, So I used to do like pizza day and hot dog day and stuff, and any leftovers we got to eat. Yay! Not that it was great pizza, but it is what it is, right? So what do you guys do for a living? I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I don't really have an income. I do. I did sign up for like Tupperware, but I don't really sell Tupperware. I've sold a couple people, like friends. I just signed up because I liked getting it cheaper, and I was hoping to use it to help organize my kitchen a bit better. But that's all I do. I do YouTube, but it's just a hobby. So it's I haven't seen a paycheck yet, but I think I have enough on my AdSense account for like 3 Starbucks coffees now. Ooh, but I won't see that till it hits 100. It's not going to before the 20th deadline. So, and that's fine. It'll just sit there until I get remonetized again. Your domestic goddess. Oh my goodness. Okay, I just put out a video today with the homemaker tag. Another mom did it and said that I could do it too. And there's all these questions of, what, has anybody been negative about you being a stay-at-home mom, or said anything negative and stuff, like a whole bunch of questions. I answered them, and I did a video, and I tagged 3 other YouTubers that I know are stay-at-home moms, or like they do a lot. They might do something, some work at home, or some stuff like Etsy or something like that. Like, not a huge job. I don't know. But it was quite neat to answer those questions because I'm like, oh, and then listening to other people's videos of them because I'm like, yeah, hey, we're all in the same boat. Because my biggest issues, I hate laundry and dishes. I love cooking. I like grocery shopping. Actually, I love grocery shopping. But I hate laundry and dishes. Hiccup. But domestic goddess, I've never thought of calling myself a domestic goddess. The website is for audiobooks called Podiobooks. Oh, I have not heard of Podiobooks. Maybe my husband has, but I'll mention that to him because he's always looking for audiobooks and stuff like that. Usually for Christmas and birthdays, he'll get like a 3-month subscription for Audible, or for graphic audio. Graphic audio has a lot of really good ones for sci-fi, fantasy. But from free to small amounts. Well, that's good. I mean, like, we don't mind paying for stuff that we like, So, I'm just seeing, making sure. There we go. Just making sure that nobody tried to message me. My daughter, my youngest, is at her exam right now, doing math exams, so my oldest has done all of her exams, so she gets to stay home and have a nap or sleep in or whatever. The joys of teenagers. So how many kids do you guys have? I have 2 girls. They're 15 and 16 right now. They're a year and a half apart, but only a year in school. What do you... 2 boys and a girl, all back in England. Whereabouts do you live now, Phoebe? I'm assuming you came from England because you were going to go back there for when your granddaughter is born. Are you in the States or Canada? And how long have you been on this side of the pond? LOL. That's a really big pond. Okay. And you decided to move here because I guess that's where his job was, or that? Must be a bit of a culture shock because Los Angeles, from what I see on the news and stuff, because I've not been there. My husband gone there for work. It's quite big and busy. Well, England is still big. Like it's an island, but it's not. I don't know of how busy it is compared. Like, I mean, I'm sure like in the big cities it is, but I have a couple friends from England, and they're like, it's not too busy. Yes, and the job situation in UK is pretty bad. Well, I've heard good things about Texas. I've follow a few people on YouTube that are from Texas, and there's lots of good things. Like they're good people. Like they say what they mean and they mean what they say. You might find some people that have different views on races or sexuality, orientation, or something like that, but at least they'll mention it or whatever. So at least you know where they stand. Yes, I'm still on, but a lot of them are not necessarily violent or against or hateful. They just don't understand. So, but also I've heard that Texas, like, they have lots of land, lots of good farming, lots of beef, big and busy. Just look at the old TV shows. Yep. Alien Nation. I love that show. It's been many years since I've seen it, but yeah. Yeah, because see, what I find is funny, I live in Ottawa, like a suburb called Kanata. So my name is Jenn In Kanata, just because some people, they don't know how to say my name. Kanata is the west end of Ottawa. The Ottawa Senators play here. That's where their stadium is. It's about a 5-minute drive from my house. My oldest is sneaking down to the basement to watch TV. Trying to be quiet. um, but yeah, Ottawa, like we have all the big city stuff, but not as busy. I go to Toronto and Montreal all the time, like at least once or twice a year, and just going, like, they're just bigger cities. They're just busier, and like people don't, like, they don't look at you, or like, and the drivers are crazy. Like here in downtown Ottawa, yes, it's busy, but it's not busy like Toronto or that. But we have all the major things. We have like multiple different uh, movie theater companies, so there's like throughout the whole city. We have the National Arts Center. We have lots of museums. We have a lot of cultural stuff. And Ottawa as a whole is a very multicultural city. So it's not like we have different parts of Ottawa. Like there's a Chinatown where there's lots of Chinese restaurants, and there's Little Italy where there's just traditionally where people moved and lived, and that's where a lot of Italian restaurants are. Um, but like just as a whole, we've got like so many nationalities here, and um, we just kind of accept them, and they just become part of us. Hi, Tessie! Oh my God, you actually showed up. I'm so excited. Okay, I love Homestead Tessie. She is awesome. I see she's very real, and as I was saying earlier, in this stream, was I like watching um, YouTubers that are real and just like they're not picture perfect and that, because I get more of a connection to them. Hi, Miss Rena. Got home. I shared your tell. Awesome, Tessie. Woohoo! I'm so excited. I love ya. If it was not today, it is tomorrow. Okay, awesome. Could you do the scheduling too, eh? I just did today a homemaker tag. Feel free to go and answer those questions too, and do another video of that. I'll take it as I can. I'm like, hey, that's great. I love. Feel free, everybody, to sub up and sub down, and check out their videos, because I'm sure almost everybody here could use a few views, whether they're a small YouTuber. Actually, they're probably all small YouTubers, because I doubt that any of the really big ones would ever go check out my little channel. But check out their videos, watch a video of theirs. And anybody, as I was saying before, anybody who needs views, please, when this goes live, like when it stops being live, comment below to put your YouTube channel or a playlist, and I'll watch it for you. Good morning, Vanessa. Hey, I saw you yesterday. I can't remember on whose stream, because yesterday I was like, I was popping into a few live streams throughout the day as I had time for about 10-20 minutes, and I saw you. I think I subbed you. Well, you did. That's awesome. Yeah. To you, afternoon for us. Whereabouts are you, Vanessa? It's 11:30 here in Ottawa. Well, Kanata, which is a suburb of Ottawa. I was just saying about how Ottawa is a big city, because it's Canada's capital, but it's not as big as Toronto or Montreal, like population-wise. I'm glad I caught you back. I'm not on much. Yeah, I'm not some days I'm on more than others, and other days like I'm just not on. I'm made an effort. I'm hungry, Jen. What are you cooking today? Well, right now I have a everything bagel with smoked salmon cream cheese. Yep, I'm in Canada, Ottawa, Ontario, Kanata, Ontario. So it's Kanata, which is a suburb of Ottawa, Ontario, and where we live, we're about hours away from Ogdensburg, New York. So when we do go shopping, we go shop down there. I know, it's awesome. Yeah, today, I don't know. Today I have a Bible study tonight, so, and my husband said he's going to be home late, so it's just going to be my girls. So I have to wait till my youngest comes home to figure out what I'm going to make for supper tonight. Because I'm like, well, I may as well make something that they both want. But I have videos that I still have to edit. Today I'm putting up a spice mix, which you might be interested in. A Saison spice mix that I found a recipe for that I made, and I made it so much cheaper than buying it in the store. Oh, thank you, Tessie. I try my best. I take, funny thing is I like taking videos of my cooking so I can possibly recreate it because I don't always follow the recipe. Usually if there's a recipe, I'll link it below my cooking videos for those who need to like read recipes and follow them, because I'm just not like that. I look at them and guesstimate and wing it and realize halfway through cooking I'm like, oh, I'm missing ingredients. Oh well, I'll substitute something else. Yes, awesome. Like we started about the same time. Like I did my first video. Like I decided to start YouTube. Like I was on Amanda from the Fundamental Home channel, and there was a whole thing on the group, on their food group, that was doing a pantry challenge, and I decided to make videos of me using stuff in my pantry. So I did a pantry challenge last January, which was quite interesting. If you're interested, you could see what I made, and see kind of how bad those videos are compared to my ones now. I don't think I was actually physically in a lot of them. It was mostly food. And then I decided just to go with it because actually my youngest wanted me to do videos of things I cook, because I get inspired by recipes on Pinterest or cookbooks, but I don't always follow them. So if I took a video of what I actually did, then I could look back at that video and recreate it, hopefully. Yeah. Well, and honestly, I got inspired by you, Tessie, and your videos, and how your channel has progressed, and how rustic your videos were in the beginning, and how they are so much more polished now. Like they're almost like awesome. I don't know how. I have to still figure out how to do like an actual intro and an exit one, like how you do, and you switch it up. I have to figure that out, and how to do like a logo with my name or something like that, to do like a thumbnail that says Jenn In Kanata, in the title. I'm using Power Director. I'm just really learning how to do it. My one that I'm going to post today, I hopefully made it so that my clips, you don't hear a click as I glue them together. I did a blending effect. Save them and add. Awesome. Yeah, I just have to figure out how to do that like you do. Like I remember your intros way back at the beginning are kind of where my intros are, because I've seen some of those templates on my Power Director. The green background, or the I think it was a bunch of people ones. Yeah. What do you do to edit with your videos? You use Power Director? That's awesome. My husband bought it for me this summer. Well then, okay, you need to do like a video on how to use it, because I honestly don't know. I've managed to put titles and put the like button and stuff at the end sometimes, and I did some fading of between my clips in my video that I'm going to post today. I just have to edit it and put iCards and N-cards and all that stuff on it. So, because I was hearing clicks, and I'm like, okay, how do I fix that? Hi, Four Heart, you're back. Yeah, but yours look a lot more polished than mine do. I just like watching. I like Tessie. You're usually on my morning YouTube watch videos. So in the morning I get up at 6 o'clock. You've usually had a post, and I'll put a cue of yours, and usually wholesome roots, and I'll watch like either Dirt Patch Heaven or A Peek Inside with Darlene, or Sensible Living Mom, or there's a few of them that seem to post first thing in the morning or whatever, and they popped up, and I'll watch them while I drink my coffee, as well as like making my kids' lunches or that. But that's what I do. Make videos. I hate the way I look right now. Your picture looks fine. What's when you talk like Queen England? There's some people's videos out there that they can't enunciate their words, and I'm having a hard time understanding them. I can understand British accents, and at least we can know what you're saying. Very posh. Go with it. Maybe that's your theme. So you're like Posh Spice? Okay. Yes, I do. I like Doug and Stacy, and I like Appalachian Homestead. Uh, a whole bunch of them. I I like the Homestead channels because I dream of having land and living in the country. But to have that, yeah, I have to have money, and you have to have your driver's license. Tessie Channel is the first. Be right back, everyone. So they eat. I'm Lizzie. Awesome. Yeah, that's when I'm eating my breakfast. Coffee, bagel. See, Tessie's channel makes it seem like we're having coffee with her. Like she's going to offer us a snack while she's making whatever. Here, have a seat down at the table while I do this, whatever. It just makes it. That's what I was saying. Very approachable. Found you. See, I'm a coffee person. Tea, I will eventually drink, but I drink coffee way more. See, and I like your heart to hearts too, Tessie. And I guess lets us get to know you and to understand some of the struggles and stuff you've had. Because, you know, it your background's a little bit different than mine, but we've all had our own little struggles and that, and it just kind of it's nice to know that you're not alone in certain things. Like I was not adopted, but I'm technically an orphan now. So my mom died when I was 21 of cancer, bone and breast cancer. She was 48, and my dad died last year. So, and I'm how am I'm 42. So in 42 years, I had both my parents die 21 years apart from each other. Weird. So, I get to turn 43 shortly after probably being demonetized on February 20th. My birthday is the 24th of February. It's odd. It's like, I'm just gonna drink this coffee a second. Like, my childhood was, like, the first 10 years of my life, my childhood was kind of crap because both my parents were alcoholics and stuff, and then they they didn't really pay much attention to me. I'm an only child, and they split up when I was 6 after my sister, who was a baby, died of crib death of SIDS. So I kind of raised myself. But then when I was a teenager, my mom and I, like, my mom stopped drinking, and she tried to work on our relationship, and kind of had a friendship relationship. It was never like kind of mother-daughter. Like, I always wanted, like, Leave It to Beaver type family relationship, and that's not what I have. But we started having a better relationship, a friendship type relationship, and then she got sick with cancer. They had told her she had like 6 months to live. She tried some new experimental treatments and different things with cancer radiation, like lower doses, longer periods, or whatever. And doing that, it did lower the tumors and stuff like that. But then, and she lived with it for 5 years after that. So she got diagnosed with, say her thing, she got diagnosed with bone and breast cancer at my current age right now, which is crazy. And then she died when she was 48. My dad, he drank a little bit longer, but him and I didn't have as great of a relationship because he was very narcissistic. But I still loved him, and I knew he loved me, and we still connected. But he was always trying to manipulate me to do his stuff, like, like it was all about him, right? So it didn't matter what issues I had. But he had a lot of health issues. Most of his last life. I mean, a lot of it was also self-inflicted things, like, many years of drinking, he had like stomach problems, and then he continued to smoke, and then he had POCD or POX or whatever, where he ended up being on oxygen and stuff, and he ended up having a heart attack. So, last January 31st, which will be anniversary on Wednesday. So, it's it sucks. But now it's kind of like, being an only child. Like, my dad remarried to my stepmother, and she had a kid from a previous marriage who's like 7-8 years older than me, and we never lived in the same house or anything like that, so we're not really close. We saw each other like on holidays. But see, my dad was also had a lot of dealing with mental health issues of anxiety or depression and stuff, especially the last 10-50 years. That my side of my family's interaction with my step side of the family was minimal because my dad didn't want to participate in those activities, and that's just life. I mean, I can't fix it and stuff, but yeah, life sucks sometimes. But the positive thing, I mean, for those who believe in religion and stuff, I knew he was Christian. I know he's in heaven, so that hopefully by the time I get there, which I don't want to go anytime soon, don't get this as this idea, I don't want to go anytime soon, that, we'll have a better relationship when I eventually see him again. And same with my mom. I knew my mom became a Christian before she died too, so if you don't believe in that, that's perfectly fine too. Live to living. I don't know about living to 100, but I'd like to live to at least like 80 or 90. 100, I think I have way too many things falling apart on me. Like, I'm 42, and my back already hurts. Like, right now I have one of these massaging things going on right now. See? Oh. See, it's turning. It's going on my back. My back hurts. Um, you know, my health isn't that bad or anything, but yeah, I got that. So for Christmas, I got that. One of my Christmas gifts. It was like $40 on Amazon. I did a list of things I'd like, and my hubby's awesome. He's the best gift giver. I suck at giving gifts. Has anybody ever done those love languages? One of my love languages is gifts, and it's not monetary at all. It's just more of the fact that you thought of me. Like, I've had people, like, I've gone over to their house. I said, oh, I like this mug. They've literally given it to me when I've left, because they're like, oh, you take it, It took me many years. I want this bed at least. Exactly, And, once you find your soulmate, find somebody that's compatible with and stuff like that, you want to spend all of your time with them. But, yeah, no, mine is, gifts and, quality time, I believe, yes. Because there's quality time, physical touch, praise, gifts, and acts of. I think that's mine more of acts and gifts. My husband's is physical touch and quality time. So that's why during the holidays I didn't really produce hardly any videos because my kids were off. My husband took off, and he just wanted to spend time. So we played games and we ate food. That's, I did some videos on cooking with my Instant Pot that I got for Christmas. But yeah, so yeah, I should try and find. We should do like a live stream of love languages because mine is gifts, and it's not because I'm greedy or like stuff. I find that and I give same with I'm giving gifts. I try and find a perfect gift for somebody. Oh, thanks. Hopefully it inspires you to use yours more. I want to see more of your videos on Instapot, so it inspires me. Because just make sure when you watch any of my cooking videos, you grab a snack. Because even when I'm editing them, I get hungry. I swear. And none of them are paid advertisements or anything like that. I haven't even got anything like that. I guess my daughter's gifts and the old lip gloss she hates it. Exactly. Like I've gone to friends' places for coffee, right? And when they've given me a mug of coffee or tea, I'm like, I've made a comment. Oh, this is a beautiful mug. Like one of my friends had one of the mugs with a Van Gogh painting like on it, and it was like the Starry Night one there. I love that painting. And she went to try and find me the same mug for me, but she couldn't get it. She went and got like one of these postcard pictures of the Van Gogh painting. I mean, I think she even got it like maybe at a thrift store or something. She saw it and she thought of me. I love it. It's not the amount of money. It's kind of the thought. Like same with me. Like I'll go to like the thrift stores, and if I see something that my kid will like, because my youngest has eclectic tastes. So she likes Naruto, and she likes Avengers, and she likes Marvel comics, and she likes cats, and she So if I see something that she might like, I'll pick it up, and she doesn't care if it's new or used. The fact that I got it for her is kind of what matters. My biggest problem is I tend to give my love language versus giving the love language that the other person needs. Like for example, like my husband, his love language is not gifts. It's like physical touch and quality time. And sometimes I keep on trying to find something gifts wise, and he's like, well, if I need gifts, I can get it myself or whatever. And my other one's acts of kindness or something like that. So I'll do things like I'll cook his favorite meal, which is my way of showing I love him. But he'd rather, instead of me spending all this time cooking, of me having to sit down and watch TV or whatever next to him and spend time and like be touching, like not necessarily anything naughty or that, just next to him. So it's kind of, I have to kind of retrain my head on how to give the same love languages they want, that they need, versus just doing what I need, which doesn't work. So, like for example, my oldest and my youngest is praise, and I don't always give as much praise as I should, and when I do, I kind of go overboard. It's like feast or famine, Exactly, yeah. I mean, I do like my family, and that as actually I really enjoyed the holidays when there's not outside requirements of school work and stuff like that. But then right now I'm enjoying when they're in school, but I don't like the having to remind them to get up and to make lunches and stuff. Like I really like summertime because actually we like spending time as a family and just hanging out. Like when we do vacations, we always do family vacations. But that means now that my kids are teenagers, they cost as much as adults. So we have to save up for a much longer time because we need now, 2 rooms versus 1 room because we can't fit 4 adults in 1 room. We've done it. It doesn't work very well, and then we tend to argue. But some people I know that go on vacations without their kids, even if they're smaller. Like they'll leave kids with grandparents and stuff, which is perfectly fine. Like you can do that, but I just don't. We do vacations for as like a learning experience, so they can experience other cultures, other countries, other environments. So it's not just everything just the same. Like we'll go down to the States or whatever. It's different. Travel is a pack. We almost never leave our kids. Exactly. Like I mean, there's nothing wrong with leaving your kids. I'm a big gift giver, but my mom is a big giver, and she always has been. So I don't actually like getting gifts unless it's something I will love. I'm picky about what is in my space. Yeah. So yeah, that's like. See, my problem is I like stuff, and I keep memories with stuff. So I like to have things visible to remind me, like, oh, like I have my Nana's china cabinet. In that china cabinet, there's some teacups and some things that she painted, and some other things, But I like seeing that to remind me of her, like pleasant memories. But it sometimes get overwhelming because there's only so much stuff you can have. It was the same way things hold memories. Exactly. Well, for example, I have friends who will see a card or whatever, or if they're thinking of me, they'll give me a card, okay? Or just Christmas cards, right? I can't think what to put in Christmas cards. Like I find, like for myself, I enjoy receiving them because I know they put the info, in there. I appreciate it, but I always forget to get like cards for birthday gifts. I'll buy them a birthday gift, I'll wrap it, but then I'm like, oh yes, I have to get a card. Like if it's non-family members, I'll have to give them a card. With family members, they know that forget about a card, because. But like for example, my dad was really big on giving birthday cards and writing inspirational words in there, and I couldn't do that back. Like that's just not my nature. I have a few friends who like cards, so at Christmas time, all I did was like, I have a whole bunch of cards from my mom. I still have cards from when my mom was alive. She's been dead for 21 years. So she bought lots of cards through Regal and places like that where you got like, a box of multi cards of thank you or blank or birthday and Christmas and all those charities that send you cards that you can sign up for. She got all of them. So I still have Christmas cards for like a billion years. So I just write, from us, and I give it to them in person because I can never remember to actually mail them. I don't give cards pretty much ever. Yeah, I've only kept, honestly, the only cards I've ever kept have been from my husband when we were dating, or ones that he's given me since since we've been together, because they're romantic and stuff like that. But usually I don't. I've kept a couple of cards, but I'm not a big card person. But I have friends who are, and they keep everything. Exactly, I do a lot of e-cards, or like people I'm connected to on Facebook. I'll send them one of those like happy birthday gifts, you know, and say happy birthday and just acknowledge them on Facebook. And I figure that's enough. But that's because where my thing is. Like I'm an introvert as well as an extrovert, so I'm like kind of in between. So um, there we go. So it's almost noon, so I'm probably going to stop this live stream in a few minutes, because apparently I'll probably have to make lunch, because my youngest should be done her exam soon, and apparently have to feed them. You know, they're first world problems that they expect to have, like 2 to 3 meals a day and snacks. But does anybody have any questions? Like, what's the temperature where you guys are right now? Here it's -7 Celsius, which is, let me see. I'm trying to see, get my computer out. My channel name is Jenn In Kanata. So the A's are soft A's, Kanata. Kind of like Canada, but Kanata. So Kanata is a suburb of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Even though some people keep saying I'm Jenn In Katana, which is a big long sword, but I'll go. That's why I was saying in my head, yeah, Kanata. That's pretty cold, because I'm like 33 degrees. That's like, what's your freezing at in Fahrenheit? See, the great thing about Celsius is freezing is 0. So anything under 0 is freezing. What's funny is we do temperature 33 or 34. Yeah, so you're about to freezing. I do external temperature in Celsius, but my thermometers, I always switch them to Fahrenheit, because I know a fever is just above 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's like something like 37 point blah 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 degrees Celsius is a fever. But I can never remember that. It's because usually when my kids have fevers, it's in the middle of the night and I'm half asleep and I can't make my brain think. So I always switch it to Fahrenheit, because at least I know if it's 99.9 or 100 point something, it's a fever, so give them Tylenol. If it's not, it's not, Yeah, here in Canada, we're weird. And I noticed this with other Canadians, it's not just me, that when we're talking to people, we say, oh, where do you live? Oh, that's about 5 hours away, 5 hours drive. Like Toronto to Ottawa is 500, it's like 5 to 5.5 hours drive. But it's like something like 500 or 600 kilometers or something like that. We don't give distances and how many kilometers it is unless it's a really big distance. Like if it's within, but like for example, I have friends, they go to Florida every March break. They drive for 24 hours. That 20 to 24 hours. I'm like, okay, well, how long is that? I don't know. They go so many kilometers an hour, but it seems to be a Canadian thing. Elderberry syrup. Yes, I've seen. I saw Wholesome Roots video on it, and a few other people I've seen their videos on it. So cool. I've never heard of elderberry syrup until, actually, I think Rose did one last winter. I think her family got all flus and colds and stuff like that. And she was talking about using that and using I think a ginger bug or something like that. Yeah, up here in Canada, we tend to, like, not we, I tend to, and it's a popular thing that's, I think it's Canadian. Buckley's, it tastes gross, but works. It's like made with like pine sap, like it's cough medicine that has like an alcohol base or whatever, like not enough to get drunk or anything on, but has like pine sap and all this stuff. I'll show it next time. Next time I do a stream, I'll find it. It's really good. Her and also exactly, yeah. I've never heard of elderberries. Like where we live, I don't know if they grow. Like I'm in zone 4B, um, but like we have other berries that grow here, but I've never heard of it. But I have heard that you can get them dried and use them. So I might have to try that. We've all been sick and stuff, so we've just been taking Buckley's, but we're better now. So my kids don't like Buckley's. They don't even like the kids' cough syrup. But just give them some raw honey and gargle with salt water and make a virgin hot toddy. So hot toddy up here is like a hot tea with honey and lemon and a shot of whiskey or rum. But we leave the alcohol out for the kids because that's just like not good. That soothes the throat, and the honey has like we don't have it like served really really hot, so hopefully it doesn't kill all the good stuff in the honey, but it's warm. So I think that's about it. I think I'm going to say goodbye because it's getting to be lunchtime here. Thanks everybody for showing up. When I first started the live stream, I think there was like 10 or 12 people in here. Please click thumbs up and comment below if you need any watch time, and I'll start watching your channels tonight. I usually do about 3 or 4 of them overnight since the whole new YouTube requirements, and a lot of channels are finding that they don't have the views. Check out some awesome, great day packing to go to Florida. Are you going to Florida for like vacation? I so want to get out of this cold, but yeah, no, we're the crazy people that go to places hot in the summertime. So here it's like 37 degrees Celsius, and we'll go someplace else and that's also like 37 degrees Celsius because we can't take the time off in the wintertime to escape the cold. Okay, well at least family. It's at least hotter than up here. Even the cold day in Florida is a better day than the cold day up here. Is it something I said? Oh, no. Back, is everyone? Yeah, no. It's not something you said. I was just saying it's almost lunchtime, and my daughter should be calling about being done her exam, and I've got to make lunch and all that. So, and it's been 2 hours now. It's in the high area of 75 at the moment. Okay. 75. That's about room temperature, so that's about 20 degrees Celsius or so. Ouch. My leg's falling asleep here. I have a good... Well, feel free. I'll try to do another live stream this week. Maybe Wednesday or Thursday. I won't be able to tomorrow. I'm just too busy with all my, I'm volunteering, and then I have to do cleaning and then make supper for my family as Abby and I go to her choir rehearsal, and then I get to sit in a coffee shop for 2.5 hours and drink coffee and watch YouTube. So I'll be watching videos, and if anybody else is having live streams, then thanks, Tessie. First time I've got it to work well, and that you can actually see me and it's not blurry and all that stuff. So I think I might try this again. Sandwiches, I love baked beans. I love baked beans. Baked beans on toast. And baked beans with hot dogs. I could just eat that stuff. But when I open up a can, or if so I made some pressure canned baked beans. Oh my goodness, those were yummy and so cheap. So cheap to make. Yeah, so like my cultural background is kind of a Heinz 57. So today's video. It was today's video. The beans, anyways. Oh, yum! Did you can them or did you just cook them? Whenever I just cook them, there's just way too much beans because my family, they'll eat a little bit, but not like I do. And there's only so much beans one person can have before they feel uncomfortable, and they make everybody else around them uncomfortable. Cooked them today, but sharing my candy. Awesome. Your video made me so hungry, even at 3 a.m. Is it? No, because you're not in England still right now. Yeah, I'm so glad I have notifications turned off. That is right. Watch early. I have notifications turned off because otherwise I'd get notified that Tessie posts her videos at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I just got to sleep. I don't go to bed till like 12, 12:30, and then I'm up at 6. But sometimes I wake up before my alarm at like 5, and I can't go back to sleep. But yeah, yeah, I have never been in bed at 8 p.m. Even when I'm sick. Well, when I'm sick, sometimes I have been, or I've slept all day, but then I've woken up and I've been up all night. No, I'm a night person. He goes to work at 2:30, so I can't go back to sleep either. We are in bed for 7. Ugh. Yeah. If my husband went to work at 2:30 in the morning, I probably could go back to bed. But, I find as I've gotten older, I have to get up in the middle of the night, go pee or whatever. Once if I'm not quite awake, I can go back to sleep. But sometimes once I'm up, I'm up. LOL. Love YouTube, the best source, and it's free. I know. Okay, I haven't had cable in 15 years. Okay, since living here. And I haven't missed it. But this past year of actually making YouTube videos and purposely finding channels that I enjoy and subscribing to them, because I used to just see a YouTube video. I've been participating like about a year and a half, 2 years in a couple of groups that they would share a video every once in a while, a couple of people, and I liked watching them, like their grocery hauls or how they saved money or how they fed their family of 5 on $50 or $30 or whatever. We don't have those prices here. My grocery hauls are more expensive, but my grocery budget, if you look at the thing, like my budget for food and stuff, so it's house stuff, I get 400 to 450 every 2 weeks from my husband. Like, automatically goes. That covers food, that covers toiletries, covers feminine products, and now I have 3 females here. So those things cost money. Covers cat food and cat litter, because I've got 2 cats named Princess and Sushi, which I'm quite surprised that neither one of them came. Princess is asleep over there in the chair in the sun. The little bit of sunlight keeps it popping with the clouds. But covers all those things. Plus, though, that's not just my food for those 2 weeks, but also for my pantry or for longer term storage. Check out a ton of your. Yeah. I like And I like grocery shopping. But I have made a choice for the rest of 2018 to try and limit my grocery hauls to less than my 900 for the month, because I want to save money to buy a quarter of a cow. But to buy a quarter of a cow, I need room in my freezer, and my freezer is always packed full, to the point that right now I have stuff in coolers in my garage, because we're in Canada and it's below zero here, so my garage is a big freezer. But I bought stuff and I'm like, okay, this is ridiculous. I have stuff in coolers because my freezer's too full. I need to eat through my freezer so I can make room in the freezer for yummy grass-fed, grain-finished beef, which I found a really good price for, and they will deliver it. So that's the other problem of not having a car, is going to pick it up. So I'd have to go and find somebody who has a car and go pick it up, but they will deliver it from a local farm. So, and I'm not, like, we're not big on organic or grass-fed. We will buy it if it's on sale, but we're more about the price. So if I can get that price that I could pay for regular, and it'll be quite similar to grass-fed, then why not? Don't worry, not too much. No. I feel like I know I do that too, Tessie. I buy, like, for example, the grocery haul. Let me see, December, maybe December 5th. I bought all those bagels. I still have almost all those bagels. Like I've gone through, I think, 3 of them. They're frozen. I just opened up another package because we're like, okay, we used them. Because I bought all those bagels because I got a rain check for them. And I paid like 89 cents for a thing of bagels. I'm like, okay. But I'm finding it's kind of, I'm looking at things a little bit different. Like, it's fine if I'm going to use it, and I'm going to use it. But I want my freezer to be more useful. So I want to fill it with more freezer meals versus just ingredients, because I'm finding I'm at this stage of life, especially with Abby's choir thing, that there's like 2 nights a week that I'm not here to cook meals. And I can't, and some of these meals I can't pre-cook well. I can't have them stay heated, So I want to have meals already pre-done freezer-wise to be able to put in a pan or whatever for the oven, and have my daughter just turn on the oven and cook it, How I bought me a dehydrator cushion. I need to find some good deals and can use Shahid Garden. Me too. I got a dehydrator 2 years ago. Yes, canned veggies for space. Yes, I've done that. One thing you should look into dehydrating: pineapple. OMG, that stuff is yummy. Also, oh shoot, my brain's gone blank. There's a YouTuber that dehydrates marshmallows. And they taste like the marshmallow, like the mini marshmallows, and it tastes like the marshmallows in Lucky Charms. And she puts them in not bags or whatever, or mason jars, and dry, and just keeps them dried there. Hi, Lang Family Farms, LA. Long time no see. I've been watching a bunch of your channels, one of your videos too, a bunch of them. Sounds like a deep south home. No, it's, she's one of the canning ladies I watch. Oh, shoot. Maybe I can try and look. But yeah, dehydrated, marshmallows. Maybe look at channels that I'm on. Because my brain just went blank. I know what the picture, I'm a visual spatial learner, so I know what the picture is of her channel. It's like her, she has dark hair, and she cans a lot of her videos, and she has 2 small kids, but then also like I think she's in her second marriage, so she has two small, like they're like 2, 3, and then she has like older kids. Oh, where's my dashboard? Maybe I can go there. But she's taken some videos of dehydrating marshmallows, and I'm like, oh, that would be so yummy. My kids would love me forever. Well, we are officially subbed to everyone in chat. That's always a win. Awesome. Thank you very much. Yeah, sub up and down. Check out their videos. That's kind of why I like popping into other people's live streams, is to find new people to check out and help them out. You know, with the new rules on YouTube, we should just help each other, you know, because that's kind of what you should do. I think it's a good thing to do. Now, did I hear? Yes, dehydrated marshmallows. I'm gonna find. Okay, I gotta go here. And go and find who it is. I will. Yeah. So one of the channels. Okay, let me look at here. I have to look at her picture. Because I'm a visual spatial learner. I'm awful with names and my brain's like gone blank. Apparently not enough coffee to blood ratio. I so need more coffee. Let me go here. But she's a canner. She does a lot of canning videos. A lot of dehydrating videos. And she also, I think she lost her mom a couple of years ago. So, because every once in a while she'll have something that reminds her of mom, and she'll post like one of her mom's recipes. Oh, does anybody also watch Jamarel's Large Table? Oh my goodness, I love her freezer meals. I'm just quite impressed that she actually gets anything done with all those kids running around. Sometimes the name of the channel and the real person. I know, because we connect with them on some of the Facebook groups, and that's why I always like people to put their channel underneath their names, because half the time they're like, you're like Tessie, your channel has your name in it, and but Rose doesn't. Hers is Wholesome Roots, so it has no Rose in there. So you have to know who they are. My brain's just gone blank there. So when this video goes away, comment below if you need watch time, and I'll watch you guys. I've been watching a bunch lately and helping people out as I can. Brown coat. Yes. Second, where's this? Now my brain's going weird. Messages. I'll have fun feeding the chickens, Tessie. Love your videos. I love the fact that you popped in here. I feel like we started similar times, and we've been subbed to each other for like a year, and I love watching her videos. I do. I swear, like, we're like sisters of a different mother, you know? Like, you know, if you were closer, I'd pop over and say hi. Did she have Queen of name? Did a live stream, but I'd like to. Well, this is my first one that's kind of successful. So I'm glad that you popped into this one. I've tried a few of them, and I've had like one or two people show up. And this one, I think I've seen about 20 people. Well, it's been 2 hours, so get to know. Yeah, I mean that's why I like watching YouTube channels. Um, and I like the rawness of the channels. Um, they they help you kind of connect to them more personally. You know, I'm because some of the more polished channels, I find not as interesting. You know, I like the outtakes. I like the fub ups of them stuttering or going or the pauses, because then I know it's just real. You know, and I like ones that have similar interests to me, either things that I do well, or like I like to do, or things I want to do. You too, Phoebe's. Tessie, I would check out both your channels. Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to find that channel that my brain is just going batty over. But I swear maybe I'll just search dehydrated marshmallows. I made them once, but apparently not enough to actually put any away. So they got eaten within like 48 hours by my family. So, dehydrated. Dehydrated marshmallows. YouTube. Search. Apparently I can't spell marshmallows. Marshmallows. Watching other channels they inspire. I know, like I didn't get into pressure canning until watching other people's pressure canning videos. And then I bought myself a pressure canner, and I watched videos to teach myself to do it better, because the words in the manual are fine, but I learned better by watching. Let's see. Where? Yeah, this is not necessarily helping me. Needy Homesteader. There we go. That's who has the. Because I'm like, is that Homestead in the name? Needy Homesteader has a video on how she does marshmallows, dehydrating marshmallows. So Needy Homesteader. As I watched that, I was like, oh my goodness, and that's how I did it. As much I agree with Google, YouTube, in survey subjects, YouTube. I agree. YouTube has made my life so better and different. Have to go. You have customers. Cool. Phoebe, what type of things do you sell in your Etsy store? Let's go. Cooking at crackers and other packing done. Cool, brown coat. So you make your own crackers from scratch? Needy K. So it starts with a K. Kneady, like kneading bread, kneading homesteaders, um, channel. Very cool. Fabric Hearts. Well, it's that time of year that they're gonna sell out like hotcakes. Bye, Steven. There. Hey, Jewish redneck Pepper. Yes, that is very descriptive channel. Kind of um an oxymoron. I think I don't know. Well, it depends. Like the term redneck sometimes would refer to people who do not like other cultures, and since you're Jewish, and typically Jewish people have been, you know, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Um, Not been liked by other cultures as much for whatever reason. Yeah, but just because the redneck is more of like, they tend to be like, you usually think of it as, the typical white male uh, that doesn't like, you know different changes and stuff. Yeah, I subscribed to you. I think yesterday or the day before. I've seen a few videos. I'm sorry, I have to go check out the channel. Shalom. You know what? My dad's mother was Jewish. Actually, my dad's mother. So, um, weird thing. So I was born in the Bahamas. My mom went down to the Bahamas for vacation with a girlfriend of hers. Met my dad, and decided not to come back home here in Canada for a couple years. So she took like a leave of absence from work, and I don't know what she did down there. She must have got a part-time job because my dad worked as a bartender at one of the hotels. So he wasn't necessarily rolling in money either. My dad and my mom fell in love, and then they had me, and they came up here when I was a few weeks old. And my dad was from the Bahamas, but my dad was mixed race because his dad was half black and half Arawak Indian, which is like a South American Indian, and his mother was white Jewish. She went to the Bahamas either during World War II or before, like, during the whole everybody leaving Europe because the Nazis were like bad and going after people. She went to the Bahamas, so she was like a white Jewish lady in the Bahamas, and met my grandfather. My grandmother. So, and they had 2 kids. So I've got Jewish in me. My grandfather was Anglican. They raised their family Anglican because there's not really a lot of synagogues in the Bahamas or ever. my mom, my mom's mom, was raised Roman Catholic. Was raised in an orphanage because her parents couldn't afford, like, she was born in 1908, and then the Depression hit, and her parents couldn't afford to feed all the family, so her parents put her and her 8 older brothers and sisters into, there was a girls' orphanage and a boys' orphanage, so that they could get food and stuff like that, and then she kept the baby that she just had, because baby could be breastfed. But my grandma was raised Roman Catholic, and then she married Protestant, which you did not do in the 1940s. But then they had to raise their family Anglican. So I've got Catholic, I've got Protestant, I've got Jewish, and I've got Anglican. I've got all the major North American religions going on. Nobody knows. Nobody keeps with their same religion in my family. So we all jump ship. So that's my little tidbit of, I have no, like my grandparents, my dad's parents both died when I was a baby, so I have no idea how they are. See you guys? Yeah. Oh, awesome. Bell my head. Yeah, apparently my kids are going to get hungry. My oldest still hasn't come home yet from her exam. Not my oldest, my youngest. My oldest is downstairs. I think she's eating some crackers and cheese because I hear a rumbling of things. So, yeah, I should get going too. But thank you everybody for showing up. Comment below if you need some view times. Ring the bell. Feel free to subscribe to any of the new channels you've seen on here. Help your fellow small YouTubers. And feel free, if you feel so inclined, to watch a video of mine or that. Just make sure if it's any of the cooking videos, grab a snack first. Because even editing them, they make me hungry. So, bye!